Okay. Today we're going to learn the halacha. We all know that Yom Tov you cannot create a new fire, but you can take an existing fire and then use it for cooking or for whatever it is. Tzorchei ha'odam, tzorich oichel nefesh, tzorich nefesh. Now the shaila would be, what happens if somebody forgot to leave a fire, existing fire, and he doesn't have, he needs to eat it. The Torah was the matir to tzorich oichel nefesh. Is he allowed to light the fire, or maybe tell a Nochri to light the fire? That's one question. The second question. You left the fire, you did your achonas, and then you lost the fire for some reason. Or you left, let's say, some electric device working for you to keep the food warm, and then it got disconnected. Are you allowed to tell a Nochri or yourself to put it back? It's like this. In Shulchan Aruch, in Tov Kuf Beis, it says like this. En mutzim esh, lo min etzim, lo min avonim. Go to the whole list, what you're not allowed to do. Yeah? Now, the origin of this halacha that we're not allowed to take a new fire, it's a Gemara in Beya. Daf Lamed Gimel Amud Beis. The Gemara says this. I'm sorry, Daf Lamed Gimel Amud Aleph. The Mishnah then says a Gemara in the Daf Lamed Gimel Amud Beis. Like this. And Mutzian Sa'ur, Lo min ha'etzim v'lo min ha'avonim. And it again goes to the whole list. What else? How you could do it? We don't do that. And Rashi says, Mishum Demoilid, that's the lashon of the Gemara. It's not the Rashi just quote the Gemara. The Gemara says, why ma'itam Mishum Demoilid b'Yom Tov? Why we're not allowed to make a new fire? If we're allowed to do a lot of oichel nefesh, you're allowed to shech a behema on Yom Tov. You're allowed to cook. Why not allowed to put a new fire? Because it's a moilid. You're making something brand new. Some of us can explain if you could do like yesh me yes, change the form of the meat from not edible to edible, that Torah allowed you. But to make b'chinas yesh me ayin was no fire. Making a new fire is moilid. That you're not allowed to do. Similarly, the first Mishnah and Beya should know the Yom Tov. So it's something wasn't here. It's completely brand new. The choyre, whatever is the meaning of moilid, you're not allowed to do. So this is what the Gemara says. According to this, the choyre, if it's isur moilid, the egg that was born on Yom Tov, you're not allowed to eat. Something over here, the choyre, you cannot. There's no way you could make a fire if you lost your fire or you didn't prepare a fire. The choyre, you cannot make a new fire. This is what the lashon of the Rambam. And Mutzimes Esh, it quotes the Mishnah. Then there's like this. V'chol kayotza b'ze osur b'yom tov. Why? Shelo hutar b'yom tov lahavir me'esh mitzuyam. Aval lahamtzi esh osur to make a brand new why? Sharei efshar lahamtzi osur me'be'erev. Because you could have prepared it from the day before. That's like machshira oichel nefesh. You cannot go harvest on Yom Tov because you could have done this. They allow you to have a fresh food. So as long as whatever you could have done before Yom Tov, there's no heter. Whatever you have to do, that's you could have done. So a lot of Meforshim don't understand why the Rambam come up with a brand new idea. The Gemara didn't say that. The Gemara says moilid. He says no because they could have done it before. The Rav attack is mastig on him, and he says no. He says mishum moilid. Nothing to do because you could done it before. Mishum moilid is all. Anyway, Lamaisa, all the most of the Rishonim and the commentators, they say that the Rambam he's not coming up with a brand new idea, just explaining why the moilid is osur, because it could have been done before. So Lamaisa, there's another nafkamina they say, that the Maggid Mishnah, and many follow the Maggid Mishnah, which is, he's not the first one, the Raj was saying the same thing. So the Maggid Mishnah says like this, the nafkamina, he says, with what the Rambam telling us, because you could have done it before, he says, the nafkamina, he says like this, Venira, שאם הויצי that the lashon the Maggid Mishnah שמותר להשתמש בו ולא אסרו אלא מפני שלא להוליד כיוון שאפשר לנו בערב. Then he says, sending the Rav. Like this. According to the Rav, if it's osur and you did it, let's say you did make a new fire. Well, so you cannot eat this food. According to the Rav, yes. Since it was osur to do it, you did it. It's the isur. You're not allowed to eat it. According to the Rambam, that's enough. Like I said, many follow this shita. Lechatchila, you should not have done it. If you did it already, according to the Rambam, you could, you should, but you didn't lemaisa, the food is not osur, you could lechatchila eat it. After you did it, you should not, don't say lechatchila should put the fire. No, if you did put the fire, we didn't discuss this, what happened if you're allowed to put it lechatchila. Lemaisa, if you did, but the food is not osur, it's mutter. Like I said, most Rishonim v'acharonim follow this shita, that if you put a new fire, which you're not allowed to, but if you did it and you cooked with this, the food is not osur, you're allowed to eat it on Yom Tov. The only one among the Acharonim disagrees with this is the Taz. He says no, it should be osur. But like I said, most Rishonim v'Acharonim, Ad Acharonim, the Alter Rebbe, the Aruch HaShulchan, the Mishnah Berurah, everything. If you did a fire, you should not have done. But if you did it, but the Eved, it's mutter. Now we're coming to our Shaila. What Lamaisa to do if you forgot to put a fire? Could you do it, or could you tell a Nochri at least to do it, or it got disconnected? So here is. The Rabbeinu Avraham Azulai is a commentator on the Levush. He says like this: Yesh mi shedigdeg mizeh. The lotion of the all the, like I said, all the Rishonim v'Acherim maskim that you could have done it before. It's also, he says yesh mi shedigdeg mizeh. Shim lo yochel lo yitzi esh me'erev Yom Tov. Well, what happened if you could not do a fire? Well, the marshal kagoin shoy b'maiser or b'midbar. Somebody was in the jail. He got out in jail on Yom Tov. He couldn't prepare a fire before. Or he was in the desert. He had no anything to make a fire. Well, in his Daniel of Mashiach ad Yom Tov, he was able to came availability to make the fire came only on Yom Tov. He says mutar lehoitzi b'Yom Tov. That's what the Rabban of Rama Zulai, that's the grandfather of the Chidah. He says you're allowed to do it if you couldn't do it, if you didn't have the availability. Again, it doesn't mean if you forgot you should do it. If you didn't have availability before Yom Tov, according to this, if you prepared the fire and you lost it, from whatever the wind blew the fire or whatever, or something got disconnected, you prepared it. So it's not your fault. You did your achana. According to this, you're allowed to reconnect it. You're allowed to put the fire. He says, he brings this from the Sefer Beis Moyen. Okay. Now, so according to this, we have, by the way, not everybody masking with that Rabbeinu Avram Azulai that if you did your achana or you couldn't do the achana, you're allowed to do it on Yom Tov. But after we take all these opinions that lechatchila you should have done the fire before, like the Rambam said, because you had time to do it before. Then you did your ishtadlos and the fire went off, or the device got disconnected. L'choire, to tell a Nochri to do it, especially if b'diavad that's mutar also, l'choire it shouldn't be a problem. According to the Rabbeinu Avraham Azalai, you could even do the fire yourself. We're not going that far. So the Maisa is like this, especially by Yom Tov Sheni. By us, by Yom Tov Sheni, it's even more easier. So many the Rabbanans over here. So the Maisa, everybody should prepare the fire before Yom Tov. However, if he lost the fire or something got disconnected, he could tell a Nochri to do it on Yom Tov. Again, according to the most possible, the would be anyway mutter. But I'm saying, putting all this together, that you did your ishtadlus and it's got off. So the Maisa, the Choyre could tell a Nochri to reconnect or make the fire on Yom Tov if you lost the fire.